on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle, a historic episode of Everyday Struggle. So a special guest today, the first guest to make a repeat appearance, and to be completely honest, the only guest I thought would never be back on the show.
So
Russ, welcome back to the struggle.
Yeah, Russ, man.
Good morning, Russ. How you doing, brother?
Can't complain, living the dream, bro.
Okay.
Russ, we're finally back. Listen, last time, which a lot of people don't know, interesting episode we had, but I thought it was informative, but it was interesting. Because things got a little awkward
Interesting,
between you
good
and my
word,
co-host,
good word. It got a little bit
moderator.
tense, right? And you wanted to talk about it after the episode, but I was done.
Yes.
So
We
let's
learned
just
a couple
I wanted
revisit.
a hug.
Look.
I did ask for a hug.
This morning he opened by saying, "Can I have a hug?" You can always
Which
have
is
a
how
hug.
I closed our
But you
relationship.
cannot be patronizing and ask for a hug after being weird with me on set. You got to keep the same energy, right?
No.
Trust me,
Listen,
Nadeska this morning checked her email or voicemail.
Listen,
in response to
P.O.
that,
box.
in response to that, it was a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of back and forth. And I also have a super dry sense of humor that comes off real assholey if you don't really.
But I love dry sense of humor. I
Yeah.
love sarcasm. I grew up on Daria. And so people say that, you didn't understand a sense of humor. But usually at the end of dry humor, there's a joke. There was no joke there. It
Sometimes
just felt
my
like
joke
you
is
were on
supposed
the
to be my
attack.
humor. It doesn't.
So you like some Larry David shit?
Yeah, it's listen, it was a misunderstanding. I'm past it. You feel me? Even after that, I understand. When I was like, "Yo, give me a hug," I get it. You feel me? So.
What did you understand in retrospect? So of course, shout out to your fan base. Do they have a name like the Beehive or something?
No, I didn't even know that they were doing anything
All right, so you got to come up with a name. So they were in my mentions for weeks, months. You got exposed. Russ exposed you. I don't really know what got exposed. I thought I sent a really polite email.
Yeah.
Trying to be like.
That's what I'm saying. It was a misunderstanding. Everything was just kind of like I said, a lot of back.
It was a misunderstanding.
It was a misunderstanding. It was a lot of back and forth, and even during it, I'm laughing, saying it, whatever, and like I said, it was a misunderstanding. It was a questionable sense of humor. You feel me? But it was a misunderstanding. And,
I feel like you're the most misunderstood man in rap. And today I want to figure out
I'm not
why
mad at
that is.
that.
I want to know why you think that is, because I feel like you're always having to defend yourself, even when
Yeah.
you say things
Well,
that are a good point.
I appreciate that, the good point thing. I will say that I do kind of pride myself on actually not defending myself like that, really, because out of all these rappers and stuff who be beefing online, you've never seen me respond to a rapper in my life online, ever. And I think out of everyone in the rap game who, if anyone was gonna respond to this online shit, it would be me, because I be getting it every day. A rapper and their cousin is fuck Russ. You know what I'm saying? And I never say nothing.
Sometimes
Hey,
they're
I'm
just
not gonna lie.
trolling,
I
though.
run a very popular Instagram page like
Do
that
you?
with rap news, and no matter what I
Why
post,
did you just say that?
Somehow Russ took it out.
That
No
energy,
matter what I
that
post,
energy act puts out.
no matter what I post, they say, but let's not forget the fact that Russ took it out. I don't know why do you think you're the person
Honestly, you want me to give you
that
the reason?
everybody constantly
Yeah.
says, oh, he's losing or whatever?
I want you to give us what you think is the reason. And control room, can you guys pull up that first fan tweet? Because I think this is perfect. So let's
Okay.
hear it.
Okay, interesting. I don't know what that tweet is, but that's fire.
No, unless you want to do the tweet first. It's not like a setup. I just feel like I see you retweeting these
Yeah.
messages from your fans a lot.
Yeah.
And it's the sentiment that you're always under attack. Can you guys
Well-
pull up the tweet? No. Yes, here we go.
Oh,
He's
this is my let me give some context.
Okay.
This is my homie. I went to high school with him, John Anthony, and he was in high school, I was making beats. He was the rapper who was really dead nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
really sounded professional, and we all were kind of oh man,
Yeah.
kind of awestruck just because you're 15, yo, you really be sounding dead nice, crazy shit. And so he would come over, and I was just making beats, and my homies were doing shit. He would be getting on them, and it was he was always kind of a tangible place of inspiration, because it was you sound nice and you're right here.
Okay, so he's seeing the come up. Can you guys pull
Oh,
the
he was
tweet
there
up
from
again so
he
I
was
can
there from
read it?
day
I just want to
zero.
ask you about sort of what he says. So
Yeah.
I don't ride the Russ hate wave because I was standing next to him when he sent out 1,000 emails, didn't get a reply, made 10
Facts.
mixtapes, didn't get a listen. Now he's touring the world. If y'all hate on that, your whole perspective is whack. I would say that he's right. If you're hating on your success after all the hard work you've done, that's super whack. But
And
I don't
would
think
also say people are not hating on that. They're hating
Exactly.
I'm not retarded. They're hating on the personality. They're hating on what they see in interviews. They say Russ is cocky, Russ is this, Russ is arrogant, Russ be feeling like he's better than everyone, Russ is condescending. My thing is listen, right? Out of all the fucked up shit going on in the world, all the fucked up people doing fucked up things, listen. Do I fuck with myself heavy? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that I'm better than everyone?
you're always supposed to think that you're better than everyone if you're a rapper. You have to have that
Absolutely.
confidence. That's the core of it. But
So
you
my
have
thing
to-
is all these fucked up people and shit going on in the world. Y'all mad at another grown man who you don't know because he's more confident than y'all would like to have him be.
But it's because you're an artist. You want the people to love you. So
yeah, but like my thing is, if it would get to me if shit for me slowed down, but I'm playing Staples Center. You feel me? So it doesn't really make any sense.
Hold on. I am gonna be devil's advocate because I rock with Russ. You know what I mean? I understand his plight.
You're supposed to be moderating today, by the way.
And I am moderating. I am moderating because, but you're like too nice today, Nadeska. Anyway, we gotta get to it. Listen, I rock with Russ. I understand his plight because I could relate in some sense to a person who was trying to get on by any means.
We all can relate to that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the game.
It's a lot more than me. A lot of other people where you weren't just kind of like, you're the one everyone picked. You had to do everything yourself, and you able to gain a fan base to the point that you have now made it, right? And so I love that success story. What people don't like about you, though, right? And you touched on some of it.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of times when you're reiterating that story I just said, it's like you throw other people under the bus while taking your own accolades.
Why do you? I guess my question
No,
the last time you were on, moderator, was
Because I have some questions too.
why you feel? I think a lot of people, everyone in the game has this plight. Like even on a micro level, my shit doesn't compare to yours. But in the Vlad interview, you're like, if I would get one complex look, I'd be out of here. But now I'm popping. Listen, again, I want to talk about the mind state you had at that point. Shit has changed, right? You're like, now I get more views than they get clicks. I get all of that, bro. You know how many times I fucking applied to complex out of college? I idolized this company in the magazine I wanted to. No one fucking responded to me. It took me years. 5 years later, they're hitting me with an offer. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why everyone goes through that struggle of not getting love when they're coming up. It seems like you take it really personally and it comes out as bitter in your interviews.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, for sure. And I do take it personally because it's personally affecting my life, and it was personally affecting my life.
But is it now?
It was personally affecting my life.
I feel like you've grown.
No,
just admit
that's what I'm saying.
Just admit that.
And so, like, at the end of the day, like, you have a different style, I have a different style, and at the end of the day, I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I would really take a step back and be like, yo, I need to check myself because this shit is starting to slow down. Shit is fucking up. Like, shit isn't selling like that anymore. Tickets, but like, I just did 13,000 people in Portugal.
But right now you're doing that, right? Shit changes though. So like you said,
yeah, but when do you see me right now being like, yo, fuck these blog? Like, I said that shit in 2015.
Another tweet about it. Sorry.
You know what I think?
What did I retweet?
This is just for my observation, because I wasn't here when any of this happened. You know, I'm very new to everyday struggle and everything.
Yeah.
I think a lot of problems that people may have with you in hip hop might be a bit of your appearance, and I don't mean that with no disrespect.
I can't say it, but you can. But my homie's been knowing that. But I can't say it,
because honestly, I feel like, if I didn't know you rapped or nothing, I think that you were a singer or something.
Yeah.
So I think that when you,
it's because I'm white.
I didn't know you was white.
Do you feel like an outsider in hip hop?
I am, but like realistically, right? I'm not slow. You feel me? The culture is made by black people for black people, as well as it should be. You feel me? Because white people are notoriously known for coming in and stealing shit from black culture, using it as their own, then turn around and saying, we're gonna fucking reprimand you for doing black culture, the same shit that we're doing. So like, I'm not slow. You get it? Like, the culture doesn't owe me anything, like, at all. I'm just here to like make music that I love, and I think I'm upholding a good message, you feel me? And it's positive for the most part. So.
But do you feel like, so I know that you have a strong fan base.
Of course I'm an outsider though, like, of course I'm an outsider. This is hip hop, you feel me? This is like all the euphemisms of culture and hip hop, like, I'm the white person, and like, this is what it is, and it's, and like, there's no like, yo, y'all need to be, there's no fucking like, I deserve this and y'all owe me. It's none of that, bro. I'm just here.
But I'm wondering if you feel like that could change. You don't have to feel like an outsider, but I think some of the things you say.
It's not a matter of do I feel like it's not a matter of can it change. It's a matter of I'ma always do me, and if people fuck with it, then it is what it is, and if they don't, then it's not. But I would rather live like where I'm living my truth than censor myself to get approval from people that probably don't even really fuck with me at the end of the day anyway. So I'ma just do me, you feel me?
Well,
and if you fuck with it, you fuck with it, and if you don't, you don't, and that's what's up. And like I said, if it was a problem where it was like, yo, by me doing me, I'm losing fans, shit slowing down, I'm not touring, like, by me doing me, you know what I'm saying? There's plaques in arena tours that like back.
Wait, I have to ask a question about that too, because I love when you post the fact that you're getting plaques. I love the fact that well, you'll either tell me or you'll just send it out to the world, or people just see that you're performing in these places that sometimes people wouldn't know that your music is relevant. Do you feel that it's almost trying to let hip hop, or let the majority of hip hop, or maybe the people who only care about, oh, well, we don't listen to Russ and we be connected with like this section of hip hop, knowing that you have to let them know that, yo, I'm still on. Despite you guys not fully accepting me, I'm still on. I'm still gonna do these sold out days. And it's perhaps because somebody, like I posted one of your platinum plaques and they're like, yo, how many times are you gonna post this motherfucker's platinum plaques? I've never heard his music. And I think for them, it wasn't just them hating. Maybe it was, right? It probably was. But
most likely,
it was them also saying, the hip hop that we care about, Russ doesn't fit into that. Right?
Well, and it's 100% right. At the end of the day, you also have to look at the fact that what I am and what the current climate of hip hop is are polar opposites. Like, I'm not making the same type of music. I don't look the same. I'm not doing the same type of antics. I'm not a glorified Instagram entertainer. You feel me? I'm not any of the shit. So it doesn't really mesh. It's this constant, like, this doesn't really work. You feel me?
I got a question, Russ. Because I mean, in hip hop, we've always had, like, I wouldn't reduce that to you being white, because in hip hop, we've always had a lot of white artists that did a lot of heavy lifting.
No, I want to clarify. I just want to say that's why you were like, yo.
What I'm saying is like, because when you look in terms of like the history, you got Third Base and MC Search, you got the Beastie Boys. It's tons of people.
100%.
So I think, is it your delivery sometimes?
It's delivery and personality more than anything else.
100%. My delivery is harsh. The personality is abrasive. You feel me? It's very like in your face, and like I get it. I'm not slow. I get every reason why someone realistically doesn't like me. Not the people who are just like, I know who he is, but what, we're all saying L? Oh, okay, cool. Not those people. I'm talking about the people who are like, yo, you know what? Gave him a chance, saw interviews, listened to music, don't fuck with him. Like, I'm cool with that person. Like, I feel you. That's fine. But like, I'm not about to like bend and shift and do all this other things just to appease you, like, because I have my fan base who fucks with me, and that's what's important. Like,
but you always want to grow the fan base, and do you feel like it's compromising by learning to just change the way you message things? You know what I mean? Like, great leaders, even shitty leaders, it's all in like their messaging and words that people hang on to. So I feel like there's a way for you to deliver your message, and we're gonna get to some of the messages you've tried to deliver. But why do you feel that you have to come off so abrasive?
I don't know, but like
sometimes I co-sign you, even though I'm like, yo, this nigga's getting killed. Let him get killed. But one message I definitely disagree with you on, and I think it's coming up that you're going to introduce. But
hold on, let me answer her question, because why do you feel like you need to be so abrasive? It's not a like, I'm 25. It's not some conscious thing where like, all right, when I respond to this, I'm going to be abrasive.
But there's a difference between compromising your personality and evolving as a human.
Yeah, but like, you want me to compromise so that it
I don't want you to compromise. I want to know if you want to evolve.
But your definition of evolving is that, and I get it, and I completely understand. My thing is like, I'm really, really comfortable with being me. Do I want to grow and evolve as a person? 100%. I'm 25. Like, this is not even my final form. You feel me? Like, so obviously, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'ma do me, and like I said, I would be real worried too if the songs weren't selling and if I wasn't playing staples with no openers. But like, shit be looking real weird when on the internet it's like, crazy, but then you be doing Staples Center. It's like, it looks a little funny. Like, y'all be looking like y'all don't really know what the fuck's going on, because y'all be going hard for these artists who can't sell out 2,000 people in their own city. And y'all be killing me, who's doing 13,000.
Part of it is you constantly mentioning your sold out tours in arenas.
Nah, it doesn't. Because hold on. Let me say this. Hold on, because
I'm gonna address it.
Okay, but as opposed to artists flexing their jewelry that they be buying, and they're just, why is it bad that I be flexing real tickets? I don't understand that.
It's not bad.
No.
I don't care that they don't be liking that. Stop taking pictures in designer stores. That shit is dead.
And I completely understand that, right?
Like, wait, you still infatuated by Gucci? They don't even like you.
But you know what, though? What we have heard, especially through these other conversations that you came up in, right? Because your success is undeniable. The fact that you are selling out some venues that people cannot get into.
It can speak for itself.
It's undeniable, right? But you know what people say?
You would think.
You know what people would say? It's not about the ticket sales. It's not about the numbers. At that point, it's about the impact. And then,
100%.
And then people would say, well, yeah, he sold out the Staples Center or whoever it is, but or whatever venue it is, but the impact on the culture isn't as much as these other people that don't.
Yeah, right.
So because of that, we don't give a fuck that you did.
100%.
We don't give a fuck that you did.
100%.
So now we just have to look at you to say, okay, you're tapping into this fan base that's not really the core, not really the.
That's also a lie, because I can speak on that too.
And I do want you to.
Yeah.
Right? That's not really the core, and that's not really the driving force behind this hip hop shit.
Right.
Great, you got the numbers, but the impact is not there because we don't feel it.
Yeah, listen, right? That whole the people buying the tickets to your shows aren't impacting the culture, and so therefore it doesn't resonate with us. At the end of the day, the majority of people buying tickets to all these like tier whatever artists that might be like have a problem, these underground artists, it's white people. You feel me? That's the reality. It's white people buying tickets to the shows to gas these Instagram entertainers who be dropping a song every once in a while. You feel me? That's what it is. So I'm not here to try and like do anything other than make my music, have a good message, and do my shows. And at the end of the day, if I want to flex that I'm doing 13,000 tickets in Portugal, as opposed to you flexing that you spent 13K at Gucci, it's like, I mean, the problem is that the landscape more so champions that, because that's what's been ingrained in the culture, as opposed to real ticket sales, which is actually all these rappers who be caring about money. If you really care about money that bad, you should create a touring history, because that's where the real long-term bag is at. So I'm actually flexing a good message, because it's like, yo, I'm telling y'all, how do you get the long-term bag?
Listen, I agree with you with that, because I've managed artists.
Manager Wayno.
No, listen.
It's
I'm gonna
fact.
keep it 100. The reason why is because I hate to see rappers continuously do strip clubs.
Yeah.
And because, or do regular clubs.
Yeah.
And think
Have you had
that.
a show to-
No, and
strip
think
club
that because people
I've never done a show to strip club. Go ahead, do your thing.
Because people attend clubs, think that everybody's there just to see them, right? It's like you're ancillary to the club night. So I get you there. The thing about when it comes to people rocking Gucci and all that, in hip hop culture, predominantly dominated by black people, we wear our success. So I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm just saying the reason why people champion that shit is because a person who doesn't have shit, that's what they gravitate to first. It's hard to get people to, and I get what your message and your education. It's hard to get people to understand, like a dude on the corner to understand what a hard ticket is versus a club appearance.
100%.
But you're absolutely right with there. But I think that those are two worlds that are not.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, right? I think
like-
a lot of my messages are really truthful, and I think that at the end of the day, you just don't want to hear it from me, because maybe you don't like me, you don't like how I'm delivering it. You don't like how, you don't like the delivery of the truth, so I'm not trying to hear that shit from you. But to your
Not
point,
all your messages.
So what if you,
I'm disagreeing with that, but not to the Gucci thing and the club thing. Like, that's the thing I really like. Me saying, and I've gone on Twitter rants about, like, yo, it's about hard tickets, not soft tickets. Like, I'm really trying to, like, I know what it's like to be a kid in the basement. You be
Giving that game out. I get that.
Hold on.
Let me say this just so, because at the end of the day,
I want to be devil's advocate on this one.
Yeah,
okay?
I feel you, but it is about hard tickets. It's not about doing clubs. And a lot of times rappers get famous to the point where their pride gets in the way of, like, listen, I can go to the club and pick up 20K in cash, as opposed to, yo, if I really got to go on a tour by myself, I'm doing 300 cap venues and I can't swallow that pill of pride, and I'm gonna be looking crazy online.
I know all about that.
So my thing is, like, you gotta really bite the bullet, be down to eat shit for X amount of time. Like, I was doing 50 people in venues, you know what I'm saying? Like, all my tours are documented day by day. That's why I be going hard, because I know I busted my ass for this shit, you feel me?
But
and it's a longevity
again,
game.
What he brought up at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're doing some venues most of these niggas can't. And that's why I mentioned impact, because you know what, those people, and maybe they can't eloquently like give off this point, but like, bro, you're white. Most of these niggas that come from the hood, they could never pull the fan base you do. Right. And again, that's a demographic thing. The way they
but
look,
okay,
the music
in that
they're
response, I can never pull the fan base they do.
But you
feel me?
could, though.
Okay.
No, hold
It's off
on.
limits to
No,
you.
hold on. Wait a
You
second.
just
Wait
made
a second.
point. You said.
Wait a second.
Most of the people that go to
wait
the
a
concerts
second.
are white.
Wait
and
a
you
second.
appeal to
I'm
them more than-
not talking about that, because you
Okay.
said the cultural impact, right?
Yeah.
You said cultural impact.
I said that's why they lean on that.
Hold on. I'm saying that if they can't do the fan base I do, because they're saying that, look, it's white kids who be buying tickets to the shows.
Yeah.
Even though Schoolboy Q, who's lives his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. you're saying they can't have the fan base. I do because I'm white. I get it. Cool.
That's not true either.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit at all.
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let me finish real quick because I got some more shit too.
Let me finish because it doesn't make any sense. But so in that same token, you saying like, yo, you don't be having the cultural impact. It's like, yeah, because I'm white, and I'm not gonna like off rip resonate with the dude from the hood listening to this. Like that's just is what it is.
But
That's not a like.
That's the thing. I don't think it comes down to just you being white.
I'm not. Come on, I don't want this interview to turn into some Russ is saying he's not like that's ridiculous.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
I'm just saying that like he's bringing up the cultural impact and saying that these artists from this demographic aren't gonna have the fan base.
I think what I'm saying is opposite to him. That I don't think it's so much about like your ethnicity, whatever. I think again, I just think this whole thing comes down to your attitude and the way you interact with your peers
but then
too.
I agree, but at the same time, I'm gonna be me, and I feel you, I understand, and I get it.
I think it's a little of both. If Eminem starts shitting on other rappers, Eminem right now, love you Eminem, but I ain't gonna lie, in the core of hip hop culture, bruh, come on, dog. Like right now. I'm just talking about right now. However, we know you got a fan base. We know what helps you get the fan base. Part of that is your skin color. Again,
he said that though in songs.
Okay, exactly, but great. However, when we're talking about this culture, when we're talking about success, it's kind of unfair when that's the thing you look at other artists and you judge them by when you have an unfair advantage when you're gonna do those things. If you're white, clearly you're going to be able to sell more tickets than you're a black artist if you're producing the same type of music. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
What does Drake be doing? Did like 5 staples?
It's Drake, my nigga. There's no white Drake. The only white Drake would have been Eminem like a couple years ago.
Look at Kendrick. Like, listen, all I'm saying is that at the end of the day.
Okay, Kendrick and Drake. Kendrick is not doing, numbers-wise, Kendrick does not hold a candle to Drake.
I'm not saying he holds a candle to Drake. Kendrick be doing arenas. Like Kendrick does arenas. Kendrick be doing white pop star venues.
Okay, so I have a great example. Like G-Eazy, I'll look at him like a great mid-tier artist.
Okay.
Don't think he's top tier.
Yeah.
He's mid-tier. He's going on tours that I know other mid-tier black artists would not be able to do.
Okay.
And again, if we sit here and just act like we're just all,
I'm not trying to harp on this fucking race thing. That's not what that's not what the whole thing.
No.
Can I say something? Wait, because everybody got to say one thing.
It wasn't about race.
Because y'all
when we brag about ticket sales.
Nah, but it's not, bro. Hold on, because y'all trying to twist some shit. All I was saying is that artists brag about everything at the end of the day. All rappers brag about something.
Talking shit.
All I'm period, bro. Like, if you didn't play sports or play video games with your friends, then you can't relate to what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Then you were just in the corner playing with Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? But my thing is like, at the end of the day, all I was saying is that rappers are gonna brag about something. Yeah. So if y'all gonna brag about being in this store or like doing whatever, why is it so bad that instead of me bragging about that, which I could do all that shit too, I'm just talking about ticket
It's not
sales.
so bad.
I wasn't throwing other niggas under the bus.
You're not moderating.
I just be saying I'm doing 13,000.
Russ,
Throw other niggas under the bus, bruh. In a subtle way. In a subtle way. Because, for example, and I think, and this is where I think I would.
If me shining be making y'all feel like you're in the dark, and I don't even mention y'all, I just say, yo, I'm on stage right now with 13,000 people.
The way that you say it comes off as condescending, like I'm better than you. Not just I'm trying to show you something dope.
Okay, my point is this.
I'm just telling you as
I understand. No, I completely get it. My thing is like big deal. You feel me? Motherfuckers walk onto a court. In Steph Curry, you think these motherfuckers aren't talking shit saying, yo, I'm about to spray you, whatever. It was like, big deal. Out of all the fucked up shit going on in the world, y'all mad because I be talking shit saying I'm better than someone? Like,
no. Well, for me, like,
get a real problem. Get a real problem. Get a real problem. Shit be really fucked up in the world. I be talking about someone else's confidence. Get a real problem.
No, wait. Can I say something? Listen.
Get a real problem.
That's a whole different conversation about that. What I was about to say is, like, my introduction to Russ was seeing Meek Mill post him on Instagram.
Okay.
Right? And the first time I ever heard you rap, I'm like, oh, who the fuck is this? I didn't think about because I love lyrics. I love rap. And I didn't think about you being white. I thought you was Puerto Rican, honestly.
I be getting that Dominican. I be running with it.
Most rappers will lie, but I don't even know why you ain't started that.
Right, but look, my thing.
A little spray on?
Hey, that's how the Saudi shit started.
Hold on. Look, my biggest thing was, it was like, now hearing all of this, I think people just don't know much about you.
100%.
And I think that's the biggest issue because, like I said, the first time I seen you rap, I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this? And then for Meek to post you, That's a big thing.
Yeah.
So I think now I want to learn more about you. So I think that sometimes that when you're trying to communicate these things about yourself, they're not getting a chance to know you essentially as a person.
Yeah.
And people getting to know you is what's really gonna make your impact in this game.
Listen, like I said, I get it. I super get it.
But you don't want to change.
No,
Hold on.
Russ gets it.
Hold on.
I super get it. All I'm saying is that, like, I work on myself every day. I super get it, but I'm also not about to act like what I'm doing isn't working. You feel me? So I super get it, but I also do understand that some people just don't like peaches. You feel me? Like, it's just like if you're this, like, you.
I just think it's a bit reductive.
No,
I feel like people are super open to lots of different music and different people,
Yeah,
and like
but
if you're a white
but you
artist
are-
and rap, you're also gonna have your issues. But I think the culture, it could be more accepting of you.
Yo.
I'm not saying that
What's your
I'm not saying that they
relationship?
couldn't
Did
be.
you grow up
It's-
in Atlanta?
No, I moved around a lot. I was born in Jersey.
Hey,
I
hold
moved
on.
around a lot.
But it does come back to what I was saying, though. And I think this is the point we didn't get to. I do believe, a lot of times when you say some shit, I'd be like, yo, he's telling the truth, but I could understand why others would.
And I hear a
feel
lot of
some type
people say
way.
this in the industry, like, yo, that kid is talented. I actually believe and understand his message. It's just the way he says it.
It feels like
I know
you should know people,
who
bro.
wanted to jump out and be like,
yo,
all right, Russ, I
when you
feel
said-
you on this
I
message.
get
I
it.
want to support you, but they don't want to get caught up in the bullshit.
Yeah, but
Russ,
yeah, but
when you said
okay,
the
hold
shit
on,
about
but
drugs
but
and
that's
the shit about producers.
yeah.
Everybody, and you know, there's a.
But hold on, but
bullshit
that type of shit is a little, to me, right? If there's people who want to support something, but they feel like they're gonna get chastised and criticized if they do it by the public, so they're scared of that. To me, that's whack. Just because it's like you're not even really about what the fuck you even feeling in your gut.
That's not true. Like,
Well-
there's a lot of truth in the world, but it doesn't mean that there's one
I
way
get
to
it, but I'm
deliver
also
the truth.
no, I get it,
And
but
it's
I'm also
business, right?
I'm
People
also
don't wanna
I'm
fuck
not
up.
trying to get everyone. I don't want to get everyone. I'm not out here trying to like be a vending machine. Like, yo, what do you want? Got you right here. What do you want?
But then
I'm
should
not
you
trying
stop
to be that.
retweeting those messages, like people who are
Retweeting
like,
what
I see
messages,
Russ
though?
getting hated on.
Yeah,
One of the most.
That's just I know how social media works. I
one
know
you
that's who's
retweeted,
gonna
like,
go
today,
crazy.
I looked right before it
Absolutely.
came. It was something
Unpopular
like-
opinion.
Exactly.
Because I
But
be
it's
knowing
not
what's
just
gonna work
people
on
shitting
social
you just
media.
'cause it's social. I'm just trying to
Listen,
say,
it's not that
I
deep.
retweet
You was
those
jumping
if
It's
in.
you
not
wanna-
that because it's not that deep.
I don't know
Hold
what
on,
that
y'all.
means. It's not that deep.
That's
All right, this is the moderation. Hold on, cut it out.
It's not that deep.
So
It's not that deep. I
what you
retweet
said
that
when
shit
he
'cause
said
it's
the
gonna
shit
go
about
crazy.
drugs, I actually agree. Like,
I didn't say any
what?
lie
No,
about that.
the shirt.
You didn't.
No,
I
no,
didn't
you
say
didn't.
any
Wait,
lie.
All right, let's
It's
get
the way
to
you
it.
put it
Can you guys
across.
throw this up? So you had this shirt on, and like, again, this is one of those times where absolutely 100,000%, I feel like everyone here thinks you were making a really great point with this, but so the shirt said, how much Xans and lean do you have to do before you realize you're a fucking loser? People weren't feeling it, and you defended yourself. Wayno definitely agreed with your
listen,
message.
I agree with the shirt.
That's just fire.
I totally agree with the shirt, and the reason why is because my thing is this, right? When it comes to drugs and drug culture and all of that shit, I come from a neighborhood where drugs like terrorize generations. It's people who like all these kids that's out in my neighborhood wilding. It's because their parents is on drugs,
Right.
and people was selling them drugs, and then now they're on drugs and they're on different drugs. So I totally agree with that shirt. And when I seen a lot of people jump out the window and say, "Oh, he's trying to," I feel like so fucking what?
Right.
I feel like so fucking what? You want to know why? Because listen, man, if you can't understand the direct effect that drugs have, whether you selling them shits or using them, how it has an effect on a community, then something's wrong with you.
So devil's advocate
and hold
here.
on, no,
the
this is
shirt
why I
is
gotta
a good point.
this
but
is why I gotta
also-
play devil's advocate,
who were
right?
you speaking
I also want to
here,
clarify, right?
and why
I
do
also
you
want to
think they would be
clarify.
receptive to
I
the
also want to
message this way?
clarify. I also want to clarify because the shirt, a lot of times my message, I be thinking that the ones I'm talking to are gonna know I'm talking to them, right? And so it's a like misunderstanding who I was
But
talking.
nobody who has a drug problem is gonna read that shirt and be
I
like,
know,
Russ,
but,
you're right.
No, but I wasn't expecting that. When you say the truth, it's not gonna be like, oh, you know what? That's the truth. I'm off this shit. That's obviously not gonna be a response.
It can, depending on how you say it.
Who I was talking to was the white kids who don't really be having any real problems. They be doing that shit recreationally because I grew up with a lot of them who be doing that shit because at the party, you be thinking it's the cool shit to do. Next thing you know, you're addicted because you heard that shit in the song. It's like, that's who I was talking to. I wasn't talking to people like PTSD.
If you had put that in the tweet, that shit would be fire.
No, because you know what's fucked up.
You know who got mad though? You know who got mad though?
You know what's
Because
fucked
there
up?
are people
That tweet does not go as far as that shit. That's the problem. Is that the positive truth is not going to go as far as an abrasive truth, and that's the reality. That's the world we live in. There can be some fucked up shit about me. There's been lies about me that have gone more viral.
Of course, the lies always go viral.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. There's been negative shit that goes more viral than positive shit. That's how the world works.
Well,
Motherfuckers want to see train wrecks.
But you did like isolate a entire audience or just even people, because again, you're right. There's a bunch of fucking losers who they listen to rappers and they say, oh, being on drugs is cool, let me do it. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you're trying lean in 2018,
there's a lot of rappers that's fucking losers. Wait a second.
No, but
like, what are you trying
let's talk about the people who really had a problem with it because they looked at that tweet and the losers, they didn't care, right? Because it's true. But for the people who they did have issues and those drugs that they were either addicted to or they were on, it meant more than just, oh, they were taking it just as a fashion
because
statement.
it was
to them, it felt like you were shitting on whatever they were going.
No, hold on.
There are rappers.
All that shit is bullshit. Let me tell you why.
Because Lil Peep died afterwards, right? Lil Peep died afterwards,
right?
And Lil Peep had issues,
right?
And you know what? People looked, and I think Belly like clapped back or whatever.
Yeah.
There was so many. There were people who were saying, we use drugs or we're affected by these things that drugs help us with, and you're shitting on the entire plight without specifying. If you specify to say,
so listen. My thing was, I was never shitting on you going through something, you dealing with whatever. I even said it in the tweets. If y'all want to bring up tweets, you should bring up that one where I clarified. I'm not saying depression isn't real. I'm not saying none of that isn't real. My point was that when you are publicly glorifying it, so I said in the Don't Fall For It song I just dropped, there's a difference between going through shit, being addicted, and you're going through your thing, and I've had family members and the whole shit, I get it. There's a difference between that and you being on Instagram smiling with Lean and smiling with Xanax, trying to be like, do as I say, not as I do, this is bad, but here I am, I'm super happy with, like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like, let's just call, they weren't mad that I was attacking what they were going through, they were mad that I was attacking their image that they're trying to uphold to their fans. That's what it was.
And my thing with drugs is this, yo. If going through something is gonna make you use drugs, then you need to fucking toughen up in life because you're gonna go through, life got ups and downs no matter how you living. Whether you a fucking doctor, a lawyer, you work at a school, you a cop, everybody's gonna go through shit. If that's gonna make you become a fucking drug addict, then that you living a sad life.
Well, hold on. I won't even agree with that. I will say, even if that's what it does, and you're entitled to you feeling like that, and it's fucked up, and you going through it, that's one thing. My whole thing was that when you're doing like skits on Instagram about your drug abuse, that's when I'm not stupid. I'm not one of these 14-year-old kids, bro. I'm 25. You feel me? Like, I know you are posting it on Instagram and doing that shit because it gets more clicks than your song. I'm not slow. And you can come out and say, you don't understand all that whatever shit. I know what's up.
So you feel like that message ultimately made an impact? The audience you were trying to reach, were they receptive to that?
At the end of the day, I'll say this. When the dust settles in 10 years, I was on the right side of the fence.
Okay, let me ask you this question. I'll ask you this question.
I was on the right side of the fence, you feel me? That's how I feel. So.
I use a rapper as an example, but I don't want to really personalize it to him.
Yeah.
Lil Pump. He says, yo, listen, I'm quitting drugs. He has a song called Drug Addicts.
Right.
Also has a couple videos where he's playing around with these drug references.
Yeah.
If I'm a fan who's 13, I'm a little bit confused. You say you're not doing drugs, your hot song is about drugs, and you got these other little viral videos pretty much promoting drugs.
Yeah.
I'm confused at that point, right? Is it, again, not personalize it to him. I don't want you to have to say something about him. But, like, is that the type of thing that you were talking about? Because a lot of people took it towards, you know what I mean? There's other rappers who, even through their music, you hear they're going through pain and all that.
I get it, for sure.
And they're self-medicating, even though it's probably wrong. They're doing it.
For sure.
And some of their fans, and I'm not going to lie, there is a wave of fans right now that are just like, oh, my favorite rapper is depressed? Well, I'm depressed.
Me too.
Oh, my favorite rapper
It's an aesthetic.
But I said that shit about depression too, and it wasn't that same reception. I said that I felt like
those motherfuckers aren't going for that shit.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like, because I made it in reference to this. I was like, yo, when I was coming up, it was bars. So if you wanted to be like Jadakiss, you had to rap like him skill-wise.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a lot of artists are just like, oh, he's sad. Well, I'm sad too.
Come on.
And now everybody's sad, and they don't even know what the fuck they sad about.
Of course, that's what. But so in that response to that is like, if you think that a 14-year-old kid, right, living in a white kid, 14-year-old kid, and that's who be listening to this shit. That's what people don't be understanding. Like, you don't have to believe it, whatever. People in the hood are not listening to drug addicts.
Yo, do you like the way that J. Cole approached Lil Pump?
No, let me, I'll definitely
because
answer that. But hold on, let me.
Part of my larger point. Continue.
But they're not listening to that. So if you're a 14-year-old white kid and you're listening to that shit, like the reason why a 14-year-old white kid starts to sip lean in 2018 or starts to pop this or do this, it is not because it's like most times. Now there might be occasion, but it's most likely not because his parents were doing it. That motherfucker be trying to fit in with what's cool with rap. You feel me? And like that's the reality. And
So couldn't you start with that message? Hey, growing up, I grew up with a lot of kids who came from good households.
I did start with that message.
That tweet
just didn't go. That tweet didn't go viral. So y'all don't know that tweet. I did say that. I said my best friend, who I've known since 9th grade, got addicted to opioids.
That was the first time you've addressed it in
No.
that tweet?
Honestly, and because I remember I covered what he said about that thing, it was one tweet that really went viral. The rest of the story nobody cared about.
Period.
So I mean, he is right to that extent. But
I can't. It's not my fault if one of my like truthful positive tweets doesn't go viral and the negative one goes viral. What do you want me to say to that?
No, but it is your fault. It is your fault when it affects your public image and you're now the number one most hated person.
That's fine. But if you're number one most hated and you're still doing these positive things.
But do you want to be the number one most hated? Is what I'm asking. It doesn't seem like you want it then.
It fuels it. It's actually.
So you're enjoying this. It's just part of the marketing strategy.
Honestly,
no, you don't.
No,
just say that and then this conversation is.
But like honestly, you're trying to like dig, and my thing is like you're trying to get me to say, Nadeska, I absolutely hate this, and please.
Russ, I'm not here to dig. I literally want to understand.
I'm trying to tell you, like I do me. I'm doing me. I feel like I say the truth. I feel like the music is dope, and I feel like I fucking mind my business when it comes to I don't be You don't see me on fucking live crying and getting into rapper beefs on.
And I love that. I don't ever want you to do that.
Sure.
Ever. You never have seen me ever. And for the amount of hate I be getting, the amount of thick skin that I've developed is honest. I'm proud of myself because if any rapper was gonna respond, it would be me. But
Russ, if you sit here and you tell me that doesn't bother you.
Can I get to it? Can I get home? Can I get to it?
When you have pure intentions.
Let me get to it. Of course, it'd be like the nonsensical like that doesn't bother me. The only shit that bothers me is when fake shit goes up about my integrity, like on some like he said this and it's an entirely fake thing. That's when it bothers me. I'm like, yo, like
because a good story is always better than the truth.
Well,
which is not good, but you can control the narrative better if your likability was a little different.
I know what you're talking about. Like for example,
I'm talking. Come on,
X died or like Lil Peep died, and there were fake tweets from where people were saying, oh.
Russ said this.
Russ came out to say, I told you I was right when you did.
It's like that, there's a certain paranoia that this shit causes by being the most hated online. And that while I'm sitting here right now with y'all, there could be a fake tweet going on right now that has 15,000 retweets, whatever, by the time we get off. And that's the shit that bothers me for sure. Not the like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just saying that could go away if people sort of felt like you were a little bit easier to like.
I think you don't understand the culture of mob mentality on social media.
Trust me, I get it. We're on the show. You know how many times I've been like attacked online?
No.
Like,
I understand. I play this. Russ is the hated person, no matter what the fuck he does.
No, that's not true.
I don't know if that's true.
That is too reductive saying that no matter what he does, he's hated. That's you just being like,
I'm not going to to an audience. You'd have to literally pander to an audience and almost not be yourself.
All right.
So he is one of the most hated. For Russ not to be hated, you almost have to. It's a cognizant thing.
I'd have to get off the internet for 3 years.
You could start here
do
today.
giveaway after giveaway.
I'm just trying to tell you, like, it's at this point, it's become a thing where it's like, I don't know who Russ is, but like somehow he takes it out. It's a joke. Like, I don't care about that. What I'm saying, like, I don't care about that type of hate. I care about the shit that's integrity based, where you have me looking like I said this shit about whatever, or like a fake tweet, like a fake thing that gets 90,000 retweets that says I was fucking this, I died here. Like
I can imagine how frustrating that is. I can only imagine.
That's the shit that like I could be sitting here minding my business in fucking Greece. It doesn't matter.
But your real fans would know it's not the truth.
They do. But then there's you gotta understand. There's
people that don't know you.
There's fans who don't know who I began that X shit. There was DMs of like, I loved you. I can't believe you said the shit. And I'm sitting here like, man, I was minding my business. Y'all motherfuckers created a fake tweet over the case of like you trying to get retweets over a death. You feel me? Like, and now I'm losing fans because you wanted to create a fake tweet that you probably really felt in your gut, and you use me as a scapegoat because it's justified on social media that Russ is gonna be most hated. So you know what? We'll put it on him. They're gonna believe this, and I'm losing fans because you want to be a fucking scum. That's the shit that be bothering me, not the fucking like L's, whatever. That shit, my real life's a W. That shit doesn't be bothering me.
All right,
it's
so
fake shit.
we're want to talk about your music. I know you said the album is done. You have a tour kicking off this
Yes.
month, so we definitely want to talk about music. I want to play a snippet of September 16th, but just one
okay.
more.
Can we get to this producer thing?
Yes,
Yeah, let's do
That's
it.
the only thing I disagree
Hey,
with
moderator, let me
moderator.
toss to the
Do your
asset.
thing.
Shit. All right, so you did this interview with DJ Vlad back in 2017, early 2017. Is that when you recorded it in January?
No,
2017?
2016 is when I did.
Okay, cool. So a lot has clearly changed.
I think it was like December 2016. Don't
Alright,
quote me
so we're
and
gonna
make some
watch
viral
this
tweet.
clip.
That's
This pissed off a lot of
Called
people,
him in
right?
another fucking lie.
Let's just roll the clip first from Vlad.
Absolutely. I think that like you blame the rappers for the state of hip hop. Rappers are not making the music. You gotta blame the producers. Producers are making whack shit. If all I do is rap, I'm a vocalist, and a producer sends me a pack of 20 beats and they're all whack and they all sound the same, I'm just fucked. I gotta pick the best of the worst. If all the dope ones leave and all we're left with is C+ producers, after a while, that C+ producer, that C+ might be our new A. And that's the problem. The standard got lowered because of lack of dope shit.
All right, so hold up.
That's
so
a fact. There's nothing wrong about that.
A lot of people did agree with what you said in this, the messaging. But again, Russ,
Yeah, I
step
get it.
outside of yourself for a minute.
I
You
get
look
it.
like an asshole
I
here,
get,
right?
Well, relax.
You do.
No,
You
no,
mention
no,
when
no. You know what this
everyone
looks
got-
like? You know what this looks like? Knowing Russ, that he does everything himself, it felt like a backhanded way of saying, this is why my music sounds good, because
Right.
I produce my own shit.
Right.
Y'all fucking with them bullshit ass niggas who giving y'all beats that you could only make whack shit too. You threw producers under the bus. There was zero producers from Metro, Southside, everybody who said, yo, we're making great beats. We can't tell a motherfucker what to say.
Wait,
over it.
so what you said, there was zero producers who fuck with that sentiment?
No. Some people agreed with you.
wait.
Some people agreed.
Who fucks with it? Pete Rock, Mike Will,
Yeah.
Scott Storch.
Okay, because they don't probably like the sound of the music.
No, but
in
it
terms
It
of,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're
He's
talking
allowed
about.
to make a point like this and have people debate it. My point
and
again
also,
is just
let
your
me
delivery again.
Yeah, but like, listen, you feel me? Like, let me just clarify with that. I was asked the question because you kept that question out of the clip.
I watched the whole thing.
The
just
question
to be
was,
sure.
the question was, on the sound of hip hop, do you blame producers or? I was given an option. You
And
feel
you
me?
don't always have to take the options you're
I get
giving,
it, but like,
right?
listen, 100%. But like, at the end of the day, I stand by what I said, and what I was saying is that I'm a producer. I make all my shit. Come on, like, I get it. You feel me? But there's a lot of monotony in production. You feel me? There's a lot of monotony. Now, there's rappers who want this monotony because they think that that's working. So it's a cycle of a rapper being like, I want this sound, a producer being like, I'm gonna give you the sound even though I really want to be doing this, but I'm gonna do this sound. It's definitely both sides. You know what I'm saying? For sure. It's definitely both sides. But at the end of the day, all I was saying is that producers, I would like, in a fucked up way, I was bigging up the fact that producers make the sound of hip hop.
It didn't come off like that. That's the
Well,
thing.
even though I
That's when
said,
your
even
message gets lost in
yeah, of
translation.
course, even though I said producers are the ones making the sound, because let me download a whole album with a cappella. That's not the sound of hip hop. Let me download a whole album of instrumentals. That sounds like
Production.
that's what-
Production
but
is
a lot of people took it as, hey, because of the beats that you guys are rapping on, it's basically like you're predestined to either rap some whack shit or some dope shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know why it struck me the wrong way with that? Because I listen to you, and you make the majority of your beats, and your beats kind of range, like what they want. One of my favorite songs by you.
Thank
right?
you. Thank
Like
you.
that sounds like a song. If you told me that was produced by, I don't know exactly who would be
Right,
like
right,
a producer. Like, but it fits in with a current modern sound. You know,
Yeah.
If you perform that shit, fits right on in.
Yeah.
Then you have other songs that don't. So I was saying, and I was thinking, why would you like blame producers when, again, it's the rapper who picks the beat. Niggas ain't saying you got to get on this. They're picking the beat, and then what you do on the beat is up to you.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, rappers pick the beat, but if a producer lays out to you, right, 100 beats, and 50 of them are fire, like let's just say, soul sample, create like whatever, like dope sounding fresh shit, and the rapper is like, I'm not with this shit.
He doesn't have a choice. So Wayno has worked with a lot of artists,
So,
right?
so
what do
to
you,
clarify, my thing is it's definitely dual-sided.
Right.
I want to clear because it's definitely dual-sided, and we didn't get into it there. I mentioned to them off whatever, but
you could talk more about it.
it's definitely dual-sided because you got rappers who want this sound, which might be a monotonous sound, and you got producers who are like, yo, I'm trying to be creative and do my thing over here, and y'all got to meet somewhere in the middle, and you end up with the producer who's got to kind of make what's being regurgitated by society and what's working because you're trying to fucking pay your bills, you feel me? And so a rapper's like, yo, I'm trying to get this turned up, I'm trying to like, come on, I'm trying to be sounding like this. So you know, it's a fuck thing. And my advice to producers on the come up is link with one artist who believes in your sound and blow up. Shout out to 40 Drake, shout out to Dre, Eminem, shout out Kanye, Jay-Z, shout out all the producer and rapper combos.
That was a good assessment because I mean you don't get to explain all of that in that clip.
That's
So I see that why I could get misconstrued, but producers are the foundation. Of course, you're a producer. They're the foundation of music. Like without production, what do we have, right?
Right.
But we do got a lot of rappers that just want to rap just to get a couple dollars in their pocket.
That's 100%.
This shit is not a craft. So it's like
100%.
I understand what you're saying, but it's a lot of rappers that they look at this shit as just a hustle. Yeah. And a lot of people they treat hustles like, all right, I'm gonna just do this for this amount of time and I'm gonna move on to something else.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of rappers that have like good stories, good music, but they're pushed to the back even when they're pushed to the back kind of when the ones who are doing everything are not pushed to the front because of, damn, I'm losing myself.
Just
Wait.
Sort of less talented people can.
All right. So look, less talented people, because of the antics, like we spoke about earlier, because of the antics and all the silly shit, the hair, the jumping around, the face tattoos, all of the shit, it looks like they're the ones running shit when they're really not. But because for clicks, that's what we see more. So I understand what you're saying about production, but there's a lot of bullshit rappers out here just trying to put a couple dollars in their pocket.
That's like...
so it's kind of 50-50 in a sense.
I'll do a self-assessment. A lot of times I be saying shit well, I think everyone else knows what I'm also like saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I be saying shit thinking that y'all are privy to kind of like the context of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying this producer thing knowing that y'all be knowing what like else I'm talking about, right? Y'all be know. And like then it comes out and it's like, oh, y'all don't be knowing anything I'm talking about. It's like, oh,
yo, you're
like,
allowed
oh,
to take a beat sometimes when someone asks you a question that you know the answer could piss people off. Just take a beat and like think about how you want to address it.
But like then you know what? I feel like
I'm not asking you again to compromise your actual course. Still be sarcastic, have dry humor, be funny, but just think about the way your message is
I
gonna
get
be
it.
received.
You know also my thing is like I'm on some, you know what? Like at the end of the day, like I'm on some 10, 20 years from now, like if I'm dead, whatever it is, like you'll run back interviews and all the shit I was getting hated on for, motherfuckers gonna use that shit and be like, you know what? That shit was some real shit. And that's what it is. Right now I'm alive, so it's a fun, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you should still smell the roses while you're alive.
I be still smelling the roses. That's why I be
Russ,
fresh.
So to certain producers' point, and I listen to a lot of producers who ranted on live or whatever, especially like Southside, right? And I mean, like one of his things was this. He said, number one, what you said doesn't really matter because nobody raps over your beats but you. That's what he said. Number one, right? Number two.
I'll take that. I'll take my 2 billion streams in pride.
No. Well, I guess.
Well, but like, hold on, wait a second. Can I not say that? Like, come on.
No, I guess what he was trying to say though, right, is that it's
culture doesn't fuck with you. We don't care what you're talking about. Because
no. It's almost you looking at everybody fucking with other producers and literally only you rocking with your own beats, and it was you kind of throwing subtle shade, right? Then secondly, he was saying, hey, listen, we get it. I'm a producer too. That's what he was saying. We love creativity.
Yeah.
But who you shit on are producers and rappers who are coming from a culture and environment that you don't necessarily come from, and they're just trying to make it.
100%.
Yeah, they might make a
100%.
repetitive, they might hop on a repetitive beat or
100%.
make a repetitive song, but they're trying to make it.
I get it.
Now,
I get
if
it.
you were critiquing a 10-year veteran of making the same song or the same sound, it was
Y'all
different.
trying to act like if I was doing that, it would have gone over well. Listen, let me tell you something. That I get it. Southside, all those people, they be making hard beats sometimes. I fuck with that shit. I wasn't talking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I wasn't talking about you unless you got offended, and then I guess I was talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, but it felt like, I won't say all, most of the current producers, Metro didn't even fuck with that tweet.
That's what's up. I don't know him. He be making hard beats.
Would you want to have a better
fucked up.
relationship with your peers? Would you want to collaborate with Metro, with the Migos, with all those kids in Atlanta? Would you want that, or do you want to just do your Russ thing?
It's not matter to do my Russ thing. Like my album that I just finished, like it's the first time I'm saying I got Ross on it, I got Snoop Dogg on it. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? I got Scott Storch beats. I fuck with John Mayer. Like everyone that I grew up listening to fucks with me. So I didn't grow up trying to get approval from people I don't fuck with. I don't really care if y'all fuck with me. I don't fuck with you. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that I fuck with and respect, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So
what about this saying that the quote unquote culture doesn't fuck with you?
Yeah, but like I've learned, like I was saying earlier, at the end of the day, that's the thing that's gonna just take time, and I'm not gonna try and like and do these transparent and bend over backwards, play the game ass antics that's like, yo, y'all fuck with me yet? Yo, how about now? It's like, I'ma just do me, and like, you know what? If you fuck with me and we meet organically and it happens organically, then it's cool. But if not, it is what it is. I'm just not like, bro, it's too short of a life to be out here trying to fucking bend backwards, do all these fucking jump through hoops to get people's approval that probably don't really ever have an interest in fucking with you. Like, I'm off it. You
Just
know what
want
I'm
to make
saying?
sure you're actually enjoying it and not out here, not about the approval, that you're
And-
actually enjoying this journey. Like, I saw your Coachella performance. I was watching it from the trailer. Like, that's a big moment for you. I thought you looked so down. Like, what was happening that day?
I look so down.
You look very like low energy and shit like that. So I wondered,
Personal
like, were
opinion.
you good?
One opinion out of 20,000. So I don't know.
All right, Russ.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what do you want? How do you, no, but how, like,
Because I've seen
what do you
your
want me to
live
explain
shows.
to
I've
that?
seen a lot of your live
What do you want me to
clips where
explain
like
to
the
that?
energy there looked low compared
Energy,
to Russ.
Coachella
All right,
set was
forget
oh
it,
no
forget
no
it,
no
forget it,
no.
Russ.
Coachella set was fire. Me personally.
I didn't see your
Well,
performance.
I
It's
guess
bad.
I'm
Never
not
mind.
sure what point.
Well-
And listen,
Oh, no,
would you
stop.
backtrack a little bit on the producer point? Because again, so many people are offended,
but come
and I guess this is me asking how you deal with when you say something, and of course you might have good intentions, but
Yeah.
of course the people who usually react the most, they're probably not even the intended audience,
Yeah.
but they take the most offense.
Yeah.
Would you apologize to the producer community, quote unquote?
No, I stand by what I said. I didn't say any lies, y'all. It got taken bad and it was misconstrued. I didn't say anything bad. You feel me? I'm not apologizing for shit I said. If I apologized for shit I said, I wouldn't have said it.
All right, let's talk about a little bit of music. So,
Okay.
your second album on Columbia is coming. The last one, There's Really Wolf, did really well. It went platinum. You did a ton of sold out shows. So you've been releasing a lot of music. I assume these are not all necessarily on the album.
No,
but-
yeah, none of them on the album.
Okay,
this
cool.
is just some shit that I was like, you know what? My fans are built off of a song a week for fucking 3 years. You
Right.
feel me? So I'm like, yo, you know what? Before the album comes out, I got shit sitting on my computer, so I might as well just give it to y'all. It does no good to me. Like, I'm gonna just give y'all these gems so that, you know, these. Remember when Drake was dropping like Dreams Money Can't Buy before it take there and shit? Like, in the motion, like, put out songs just so that, like, when the big song blows up, you give your fans this thing that's like, yeah, we gonna be knowing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just feeding the core. It's
So
just keeping
I
the
want to
core
play a
happy.
snippet of September 16th. So you
Okay.
put this out, you've been releasing a lot, but you said this one is really personal to you.
Yeah, it's
Let's
super
listen to
personal.
a snippet.
Met back in our 20s. Ex-wife wanted money. You still wanted me back then, but now you do not love me. No affection, no respect. It's been too long since a check came my way. Not the same ever since my father's death.
What did Fantasia going on a pub on that one?
Oh yeah, but like Fantasia's a fan though, so she reached out, like, we connected. She's hella cool, but
Yeah, because I heard that sample.
yeah,
that's
when I
dope how
see you
freaked
shit.
that.
Yeah.
When I see you.
You've also said that vulnerability is what's
I feel like
quote?
I feel like vulnerability wins.
Are you going to be vulnerable on this album and moving forward?
Well, I feel like that. I feel like kind of that's why I've won, and for people not kind of educated on maybe the come up of what it was, but the whole SoundCloud shit that kind of propelled me to where it's at now was built off of vulnerability. Songs like Titanic, where it's talking about family, and songs like Goodbye, where I'm calling exes by name and shit like that. Like, people relate to that, you know what I'm saying? And I always tell artists, ask me for advice, I'm like, yo, like, embrace the struggle, embrace being broke, embrace all that fuck shit that you're too prideful to address, embrace it, because that's the shit that dude in fucking Nebraska is gonna be like, yo, you be going through that shit too? Me too. So September 16th, it was it's the date of my parents' anniversary, and it's just been, you know, it's been fucked for a little bit now, so it was a hard song to put out just because, like, the first verse was from my dad's perspective talking to my mom, and the second verse was my mom talking to my dad, and, you know, anyone who follows me knows, like, my mom's my best
I
friend.
see she's been on tour with you.
Yeah,
Looks like you guys been
she's
having
my
a good
best
time.
friend, so, like,
That's awesome.
it's
Y'all say vulnerability looks good on you and would look really good, and I think it would change your impact. That's like my point for this whole interview, Russ.
I'm like, I 100% agree, and the ones that follow me know it's real vulnerable. I mean, even me showing my mom, you know what I'm saying, is like, it was a conversation me and her had to have, because I was like, I don't want to show you. Simply because I want to protect you.
Right.
Because I know how motherfuckers be killing me. I don't need, like, my mom
I
is
feel you.
sensitive. You know what I'm saying? If a tree falls, she's gonna cry. You feel me? So, like, or if a leaf falls, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm like, yo.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't want her to be kind of in the mix where I'm posting my mom and motherfucking 13-year-old trolls are going on her account like, fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I have a question.
it was hard to put out that song because they didn't hear that song, and it's real personal, and my, you know, it's real life shit.
I got a question. What are some of the things you're doing outside of music? Because I heard that you making some investments and you also writing a book.
Yes, yeah. So I have an apartment complex in Arizona. It's right by Arizona State. I invested in a hotel in Vegas with Richard Branson. So, you know, like that's the thing. Like I encourage artists and people coming up to just be smart with their money and kind of play the long game. You know, for a genre that's so infatuated with wealth, y'all be doing short-term shit. Like your actions make me think you don't care about wealth. Your actions make me think you care about getting the newest fucking designer, showing it on the gram, and then being broke in 2 years. It's like that shit is baffling to me, and I get it. Like, you know, there's not the financial education there and the financial literacy, but. Yeah, you know.
You could be that guy that helps with the education. I talk about it here all the time, and they laugh at me because I'm like, this guy.
I don't laugh because
doesn't care. Like
I'm
I think
getting
what
that
you're saying is
bread.
important.
Nah, that's why
you know?
I have a line. I agree. And it's fucked. You're not gonna like it, but I have a line on the album where some like, you know, it's just funny owning an apartment complex where like one of the people in there to buy college, one of them is a hater. That's a guarantee. But it's like you be paying me.
And I could put you out.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Russ, why'd you, you know, like, part of your mantra is like doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
And people have been used to you producing, like, mixing, doing everything.
Yeah.
You fuck with Scott Storch heavy.
Heavy.
He's done a couple tracks for you.
Yeah.
And those tracks are kind of good.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, he's a legend.
And people even compliment and say, hey, they like the little change of pace.
Yeah.
What made you step out of that comfort zone, and are you gonna keep doing it?
Well, here's the thing. When it was like, I gotta do everything myself and whatever, it was by a simple survival perspective. It wasn't like, I'm getting all these offers for people to produce for me. It was like, I don't know anyone. So I gotta like do the shit myself. It wasn't like, fuck y'all. Excuse me, it was more so like, I gotta do it myself because I don't know anyone. So you know what? I'm in this basement. I gotta figure out how to make a song. I'm gonna make the song. Now, I always, at that point, obviously I had inspiration. I had Kanye, Dre, Storch, everyone. So when one of my idols reaches out and is like, yo, I want to get it in, lock in, whatever, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's another misconception is that Russ doesn't fuck with anyone. He thinks he's better than everyone. It's like, listen, it's not that. It's like I'm not rubbing shoulders and playing the game with y'all. I'm not out in the club like, hey, here's my new rapper friend that I met a month ago that I call brother. You feel me? Like,
you mentioned that you consider Kanye to be a sparring partner, someone who inspired you once you
yeah,
working,
Twisted
right?
Fantasy changed my life.
So I'm curious what you think about Kanye's recent releases and that whole whirlwind of press and all the Trump shit that happened around it, because you seem to be big
Keep it
on
100, man. I can't wait.
big on like morality, the anti-drug stance, everything. What do you think about that? Like, tell us.
Listen.
Are we supposed to separate the artist and their political views in this?
Well, I hold on. I can tell you this. I can tell you, internet does not separate that shit.
Some people do, some people don't.
Some
care.
people do, but based off of me, I can just tell you, like, motherfuckers, like, I don't even know who he is.
But what do you think?
That motherfucker's an L, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So my opinion is a little bit more difficult now that social media is so transparent. It was one thing back in 2002 where all you got was a CD. You feel me? Like, you didn't know what you were eating for breakfast and where you were waking up at. Now, like, we're waking up with y'all, like, we be going through trials and tribulations of like baby, like all weirdo shit that I don't really want to be known about. Give me hard ass beats and verses and hooks. I don't really want to be knowing like, did you go vegan yet? You feel me? Like I'm just trying to like, you know what I'm saying?
So you ignore all the other stuff. You only listen
Well,
to the music.
I hear it. I'm like, man, I'm sure as everyone is kind of like, yo, what are we doing here? This is a little nuts. It's a little nuts. But then the music comes out and you listen to the music. And if you fuck with the music, you fuck with the music. I loved Violent Crimes. I loved Wouldn't Leave. I love a couple songs on the Ye shit. I love that shit. I love the Kids See Ghosts. Reborn is one of the best songs out this year. But I think it all does come back to the music, and I think we also live in a time where people get fake mad for 72 hours because motherfuckers were out here acting like they were about to cancel Kanye. And
For a week, yeah.
And he comes through and does the numbers. Like, where was the energy though? Y'all didn't really.
But he's like a great example of like likability and popularity. You could get away
Twitter
with
rage,
damn
you
near
can't really
murder.
quantify.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I'm saying. But like,
You never see
motherfuckers
it
want to be
manifest.
fake mad about shit for 3 days just to be fake mad in hopes that like, yo, if I get retweeted, like,
Just get it
I'm not
retweeted,
taking
so.
out the trash no
Hey,
more.
I'm
It's
just
like,
telling you, Russ, like,
it's like,
I'm not taking out
even
the
if it's
trash.
the right way, you can do and say whatever you want. Bro.
And hold
you
on,
can be a
speaking
Trump
of which,
supporter.
yeah.
we did have a conversation last time about people were so in the dark about your come up. a lot of people labeled you as an industry plant.
Of course, that's
right?
what. Well,
You, a lot
Yeah.
of people, and you, right?
No.
Exactly.
I explained why that was probably even something we could discuss, right? Because for him, he was saying, fuck you talking about? I was doing all these things. And I'm like, well, if I'm a fan, even with all those things, when I feel like you're being forced onto us, because that's what the industry plant term comes from, we're going to say industry
I'll
plant.
tell you this. Why that's a compliment is because it's like an industry plant is someone who the industry is promoting heavily and shoving down
embraces
their
it. It
throat.
looks like you're not, right?
Like, where's my industry shit at? I don't get it. Like, where's my, yo, everyone fucker, where's that shit at? It's the opposite. It's like, this is an industry fucking poison. You feel me? This is not industry plant.
weed.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think, it's true. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, when something is coming through not the industry and it's not getting shoved down your face and is being this successful over here, people turn around and look and they're like, wait, what's this shit going on over here? Because how do I not know about it? Oh, there must be some fishy shit. It's like, nah, it's actually the opposite. It's because the industry isn't shoving me down your throat, you don't know about it. Now, if I was all over this publication or this, or whatever, and motherfuckers are shoving the message, it's like it's the opposite. It's really just me and my fans. Y'all don't be knowing. I be living in my own bubble. You get it, you get it.
You also did have thoughts about a Chance and like his like come up story as opposed to yours.
Yeah.
Right? Where clearly, if we were talking just in privilege, it would look like industry-wise he's more privileged than you, right?
Sure.
He's getting these deals that, like he could stay independent while you did have to sign, right? What do you think about his like career and success thus far?
You're re-asking me.
Yeah, I'm re-asking the question, like because he's
I
in a different place.
think Chance is super talented. That might need security shit is hard as hell. Hard as hell. I think Chance is super talented, and I think everyone has a different come up. It's like if you're granted certain opportunities via people you know, whatever, like you'd be a fool not to take them. You know what I'm saying? Like I can imagine when I was 17, I was trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? 17, 18, like I was trying to get on. You know what I mean? Like, and back then you gotta understand when I was coming up, 2009, 2010, 11, like you just were an industry plant, if that makes sense. Like first time I heard J. Cole was, I think it was a verse on Jay-Z's album. Can you imagine?
All right, then you guys relate. There's
No, but this is, no.
I'm
tripping. First time I heard J. Cole was August 2009. I'm bugging. August
that sounds
2009.
about right.
August, because he put out the warm-up July 2009.
There we go.
But I'm saying, so, but then he puts out, then you hear him on Every Day a Star is Born, and you're like, back then though, industry plan was a thing, but like, you're just like, oh, this is dope. You got J. Cole on the warm-up talking about 30,000, how I spent it so quick.
He's also well documented his struggles trying to get on Rock Nation. The
Nah,
industry paying him.
for sure.
And Chance is someone like, and Mike Willis. I remember bringing Mike Willis up to MTV for the first time years ago when I worked there, and he said something like, damn, it's about time you guys finally got me. And that was it. He made a joke and never said that shit again.
Yeah.
Chance, I brought him up to MTV for the first time before around when Acid Rap came out. It was the same. The personalities were just different.
Well,
We didn't have
I
any
think-
Feels like
I
we're
think
saying the
that-
same thing.
I think the come up changed.
Industry plant is so much bullshit at this point.
Yeah.
It's just niggas who are in the dark about someone's come up and success, just saying, because I don't know, fuck it, they put you on.
Well, that's why, like, with me, like, you know, I learned too with that shit is like, motherfuckers aren't believing me anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, I really did do it this way, but you don't believe
stop saying it. What is it? Perception can always
No, I know,
change.
but like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's, yeah, of course it can, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over the fact that, you know what, I did it this way. There's really, you could like check for the holes, you really do your research. There's none of that. So, but to the point of like that whole 2009 when it was the wave of J. Cole, Wale, Drake, Currency, B.O.B., you know what I'm saying? Like Corey Gunn, all this shit, like we only knew about you because of the industry and knowing like, because the internet wasn't really booming like that. Like it was booming.
But not social media.
Yeah,
like,
social media was like, Instagram came out in 2010.
Well, with
you feel
music,
me?
like with music, social media.
Yeah, like Instagram wasn't even out till 2010. I graduated high school in 2010. You feel me?
Wow, damn, I'm getting old.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like Instagram literally didn't come out till 2010. I graduated in 2010. So I'm like, it wasn't a thing. It was just, you know, whatever. But
what's up with your relationship, if there's any, with Logic?
with Logic,
Yeah.
I've never met him at all.
Like, I mean, I feel like you guys, in terms of like career success,
Yeah.
kind of parallel paths a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
much different strategies. In
much
terms of
different
public
strategy,
speaking.
of course, right? But I don't know. I always felt like there was a little weird energy there.
I don't know why you have to explain to me why you feel like that.
I don't know, like it.
You just like woke up feeling like that? Or?
All right. We got to go soon, so we got to get your last
listen, I'm
questions
just
in.
throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out. If you say it's nothing, it's cool.
Yeah.
Look, Russ, I'm glad you came back up. I genuinely
too.
never thought you would be back here again.
Me neither.
I'm glad we got to talk it out. I just hope you, like,
I
absorb
know.
some of this.
You want me to
yo.
be nicer and less
I
of
don't
an
want
asshole?
you
No,
to
he
be
looks like
fake
he's grown.
nice.
He looks
It's
like.
just
Trust me.
the
The
fact
Russ
that
we
he could
met,
come up and say it was a
man bun Russ is much different than Russ right now.
My hair would be up, but my curls are just banging right now.
They do look good so early in the
No.
morning.
It seems like he's grown, and you know what it is. Again, he's 25. Hearing him say that the interview he did, where again he's not backtracking from what he said, maybe how he said it, and for those he offended that caused whatever, he would have probably did a couple things differently, and I think that's growth. So.
Yep.
I'm watching you as you grow.
Yeah.
I don't know if social media is as accepting unless you completely bow down and pander
Yeah,
to them.
and I want to say too that you know, the social media thing, you could live your whole life trying to approve of a world that is so fickle, and that one day is this, we hate you, Kanye, next day, this is the greatest shit of all, you know what I'm saying? One day, yo, Drake, you got slaughtered, next day, Kiki. It's like, what are you like? How do y'all really be feeling?
This
Yeah.
guy.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't operate your life based off of people who don't even know what the fuck they really like. They gotta be told what they like.
Well, I like the fact that you really emphasize on your fan base, because that's
Yeah.
what means more than anything.
Well, that to me, that's it. Not to cut you off, but that
Yeah.
to me, that's it. And I get, honestly, I really do get it. And it's like, I have harsh edges with delivery, and it's not so polished, and it's abrasive, and sometimes condescending, like, yo, you're a dickhead. I get all that. You feel me? Like, I did have my dad in the house. You feel me? Like,
You have a
I get it.
PR
So
team?
like,
that tells
No,
you
but
like,
hold-
Russ, what are you doing, bro?
no, but I also
you're saying
do-
the wrong way. Let's
No.
put out statements.
No, but I
Now
also
he tried. After that first one, someone from your team did reach out, like Russ.
And I was trying
would
to
like
reach
to
out.
have a conversation. He didn't, and I'll just keep it a buck. I didn't want to talk to you because I felt like you were patronizing, calling me sensitive, and being like, "Can I give you a hug?" I'm like,
Nah,
"You feel like
I
a
get
grown
it.
woman." You know what I
Nah,
mean?
that's why I want to have a call. But
yeah, you
but
could try.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I really do pride myself on the fact that it's about the fans. I never lost sight of that, and that's why you can get caught up in a bunch of people who don't fuck with you, in the social media that doesn't fuck with you, this culture that doesn't fuck with you, all this shit, and you lose sight of how dope your actual life is. Like, I would be a fool to think that because a certain group of social media doesn't fuck with me, that doing Staples Center isn't fly, or taking my family country hopping on a private jet isn't fly, or buying my mama a house isn't really what the fuck I was doing this shit for.
Right.
You feel me? Like, I wasn't doing it for the 15-year-old kid who tomorrow is gonna be on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it for y'all. So I get it, I understand it, but at the same time, I'll never lose sight of the fact that I'm where I'm at because I'm me, because my fans love me, and because I pay attention to who the fuck fucks with me, and not just like, how do I get these people who don't fuck with me to fuck with me? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Lit.
So.
What's the next chapter for you? That's really
Next chapter is this album, you feel me? The second album, and I feel like the second album is what really is abrasively like, oh fuck, he's here, we have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone can have a good rookie season. When you put up a second album and it does well, which is gonna crush, you feel me? Because I have a fan base, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's not this whimsical, like, man, I hope it does well. It's like, I built up a real thing, so the second album is gonna do what it does. I got faith in my fans, I got faith in the music, and I think it's gonna be like, man, I guess we really gotta deal with this motherfucker for a little bit.
Dope. Yo, Russ, like I told you the first time, super talented kid. Just remember what my mom always told me. It's not always what you say, it's how you say it.
100%. You know, it's funny, I be using that same analogy in music, because people would be saying, y'all be saying the hardest shit. I'm like, yeah, but it's how you be saying it. You should say that shit with the melody. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta ask this question. Just one of my
Every time.
One of my interns is in love with this nigga. I don't know why.
Yo,
Out of any
a
rapper,
female girls
Latina?
love you, bro.
yeah, kind of that Middle Eastern.
that's on me. That's on me.
No, deadass, this for her. She should have
Young
came over here
heartthrob
today.
Russ.
My bad,
Dumb
girl.
single.
Okay.
All right, ladies.
Got a chance, yo.
You weren't gonna ask about anything else?
No.
Okay.
Usually he has a ridiculous question. for the end.
Literally, I don't even know why she didn't come today. Yo, she been asking me about you for forever, and I'm like, why the fuck do you care?
It must be
I'm
the
like,
curls,
it's
huh? It's the curls, I
the
say.
I don't know what it is.
Luscious.
And today's the 10.
He's super olive. Again, yo, Russ, thank you for coming
Thank
up.
you.
So you have a title for the new album already?
I do.
Come on, big reveal. Here we go.
Nah.
You couldn't give
Sup?
us that one.
I gave y'all some of the features. Ross and Snoop on it. You feel me?
Wait. Oh man, I should have brought this up earlier. One of the best conversation I had with you was off camera last time.
Yeah.
And it was an enlightening conversation about streaming, the game, and how playlist, Rap Caviar, influence. These days, we see that's
it.
number one.
That's it.
Was it foresight when we had that conversation last year? I know it's only been a year.
I'll put it to you like this. I remember 2016, March 2016, no deal, no nothing, 20,000 followers on my end. I don't even know if Apple Music was out back then. I could be wrong. Maybe they were out, but it wasn't definitely anything. Spotify was out, but Rap Caviar was not even a thing in the culture. No one even knew what that was. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why is What They Want getting all these plays? Like, I don't know what the fuck is what. Like I said, Spotify, that whole shit is new. And I'm like, oh, they got it in this playlist, Rap Caviar. Excuse me. So, like, yo, this is lit. Then I partnered with Columbia, and Rap Caviar continues to blow up. And you kind of realize, like, oh, it's not rocket science, bro. You get those people to sit your song in Rap Caviar for 2 months, you'll go platinum. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And so everyone there at Spotify, at Apple Music, like, let's just call it what it is. Everyone wants to dance around this thing. That's the new gatekeepers. It used to be blogs. It used to be this. The new gatekeepers are, yo, if you got enough money or whatever, I'm not saying that they be taking money. I'm just saying if you got enough something where you could.
Somebody get in the bag, bro.
No, but I'm saying if you got enough something where you could sit your shit in one of those playlists, Rap Caviar or Apple Music, and you could guarantee yourself 3 months, you're doing minimum 2 million streams a week, right? So for a month with 8 mil, 16, 24, then you drop a video, gets 50. I mean, you're gold. You feel me? So that's the real new gatekeeper. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
do you see the game shifting ever? Or for the foreseeable future?
Well, all that's gonna happen to me is that the gatekeepers are gonna change, and there's gonna be a new streaming platform. There's gonna be YouTube's coming up right now. There's gonna be new. At the end of the day, there's always gonna be someone that you have to fucking, tuck your tail, shake hands, and kiss babies with because you want some sort of fucking spot. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fucked up part about the game is that if you want to win the game, you have to play the game. You gotta go sit down with people. Oh, how's the kids? It's like, all right, we know we don't be giving a fuck about your kids, bro. Put me in your shit.
Facts. So on that note, we got to get out of here before he asks any more questions.
I like that. No, I like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russ, thank you for being our first repeat guest. Jesus, what a fumble on the outro. No, don't ask any more questions. We got to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Everyday Struggle.
Absolutely.